Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at an upcoming Ninjago storyline in Season 16 that is possible, but may or may not happen. Because of this, I must give a quick disclaimer that this video will in fact contain mostly theories and speculation on my end. This is not 100% confirmed information, unless I say otherwise or unless I bring up something from the past that is confirmed information. For the most part, this video is going to be very speculative in nature, so keep that in mind as you continue watching forward. Just figured I would give out that quick disclaimer right away. And in regard to Season 16, we do have a couple of key characters that are going to be appearing in said season, according to the leaked set list brought to us by websites such as PromoBricks, which in fact are very reliable sources, as I've said multiple times on this channel. So in today's video, I want to give my quick thoughts on a very specific pairing of characters that Ninjago fans are kind of questioning whether or not these two characters can work together, and if there is a romantic connection between them. I'm of course referring to the characters of Pythor and Esphira, two serpentine leaders that we've seen throughout past Ninjago seasons. Yeah, both of them are going to be appearing in Ninjago Season 16, according to the leaked set listings brought to us again by PromoBricks and other sources. So if there's one thing that I know for sure, it's that shipping in the Ninjago community is a pretty big deal. You either love it or you hate it. Of course, shipping by definition is taking two characters and, shipping them together in a relationship, if you will. Would these two characters work out? Some popular Ninjago ships include Jay and Nia, Zane and Pixel. A lot of the canonical couples, if you will, are very much supported by Ninjago fans. But then you have some other ships and pairings that people don't really seem to like very much, and I'm not sure what the current status or current, mindset is towards the Pythor and Esphira ship. However, I have seen it be discussed before throughout this community, and I figured I would give my 2 cents on it in today's video and talk about its potential to happen in Season 16. Since it's February, love is in the air, let's go ahead and talk about the ship between these two serpentine characters and discuss why it may or may not work in Season 16. As we've mentioned already before, both Pythor and Esphira will in fact be in the next Ninjago storyline if the sets are going to be based off of what occurs in the Ninjago TV show. I think we can expect the return of both of these characters eventually in the context of the show itself. Therefore, both of them will be existing in the show at one point at one given time. On the surface, they both appear to be very different characters, but when you break it down, essentially they are pretty much the exact same character, just with minor differences. They do have a lot of similarities here and there, besides both of them being serpentine in nature, Pythor being an anacondrae and Esphira being a pyroviper, which is another form of hypnobrai if you want to break it down even further. But regardless, both of these characters are bent on some type of domination. Both characters were also leaders in the context of their own groups and their own armies. Pythor commanded the Serpentine during Ninjago Season 1, and obviously Esphira had control of the entire Pyroviper army during Season 11. And when you break it down even further, both Pythor and Esphira have grudges against the Garmadon family, the Garmadon/Wu bloodline, if you will. Pythor has history with Garmadon, Master Wu, and of course Lloyd especially, while Esphira has more of a connection to Master Wu. Both Wu and Lloyd are going to be appearing in Season 16, obviously. I'm sure we can put that together. And if they're going to be face-to-face with both Pythor and Esphira, you can see that they have a common enemy, which of course suggests that they will in fact be teaming up. It's very easy to assume that all of the villains that are going to be reappearing in Ninjago Season 16 will in fact form some type of alliance, some type of villain team-up. The enemy of my enemy is my friend type of thing. Alongside Pythor and Esphira, we also have characters like the Skull Sorcerer. Harumi is going to be coming back at some point, we know that for sure judging from these set leaks, and other villains will be appearing as well to form this villain team-up. But the similarities between Pythor and Esphira are pretty obvious, so much so that a lot of Ninjago fans are questioning whether or not they could work together, or maybe if there's something more building between them. And I do think that Pythor and Esphira could very well work together as a serpentine couple, the king and the queen, the rulers of this villain team-up. Out of all of the villains that are going to be returning, it seems like both Pythor and Esphira have natural leadership abilities, and they very well could be co-commanders of this villain team-up. I think these two would be spectacular together, not only as co-leaders of this villain team-up, but maybe, as I said earlier, as a romantic couple, if you will. I personally think it could be interesting to see these two actually work together as a romantic couple. It would be kind of strange seeing two serpentine characters pretty much trying to work it out, but then again, we've seen weirder things in Ninjago's past, so this would not be completely unexpected. I think this is right at home in the Ninjago series. However, would they actually work though as a couple? Well, Tommy Andreasen, the creator of Ninjago, or at least one of the creators of the entire Ninjago series, actually had a comment on this subject that he made on Twitter last month, and I've kind of been waiting for an opportunity to talk about it and since both Pythor and Asphira are going to be in Ninjago Season 16, I think it's a good time to go back and look at that tweet and discuss what Tommy Andreasen said regarding these two characters working together, or maybe how they could work as a potential couple. Let's go ahead and check out that tweet. Okay, so the tweet in question actually comes from an artist over on Twitter, and I've blurred out their name for safety reasons, so keep that in mind as well. I'm not usually one to reveal people's usernames on this channel. But anyway, they posted some artwork of Pythor and Asphira together, pretty much showcasing that they could be a great duo, which I do agree with. I think those two would work awesome together. But then Tommy Andreasen replied with, "I'm not sure if they would get along well. Too much ego on each side." And that got me thinking even further. If Pythor and Asphira will not work as a couple, and probably would not work together as co-leaders, we could see an interesting conflict here. These two characters, of course, have been commanders of their respective squadrons before in various Ninjago seasons, but when operating on the same team, I could totally see them also struggling to see who would actually lead the team. Who would be the superior leader, Pythor or Asphira? They would probably go back and forth, fight each other maybe. I think that dynamic would be interesting to see as well. I think maybe these two would actually start the season by hating each other, but then eventually grow closer as the season goes on, and eventually when the season comes to a conclusion, these two might actually be really good teammates, maybe even romantic partners, as I suggested earlier. Especially considering that these guys are obviously both villains by nature, I think a more violent, more cynical, more ego-driven response to each other would be more warranted and should be expected by Ninjago fans. I do think it would be more interesting to see their ideals conflict with each other before they eventually grow to mend their relationship and actually build things up rather than break things down. Bringing up another topic that we've discussed in a previous video, it would be possible for them to team up against Master Wu, especially because both Pythor and Asphira do have ties with the Garmadon/Wu bloodline. I think them ganging up on Master Wu would bring them together even further. We do have that fight scene with Master Wu that was previously revealed by Ninjago staff that showcases Wu fighting off various villains that are teaming up. I think that both Pythor and Asphira teaming up against Master Wu might be the first time that we start to see those sparks fly. They could realize that maybe this other Serpentine isn't too bad after all, because they share a common goal, a common enemy. As I mentioned earlier, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but maybe in this case they could be more than friends. I don't know, I personally ship it. I think that these two would work out really well together, being a Ninjago couple, or at least one of the canonical Ninjago couples. They have a lot of potential together, and I think Ninjago fans, all things considered, would very much appreciate these two being together, or at least I would. And with that being said, you guys, that'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today. Leave a comment down below discussing what you think about this potential couple in the Ninjago Season 16 story. Do you think Pythor and Asphira would make a good team? Maybe they start off hating each other, but maybe they come to like each other, or do you think it'll just be pure hatred from both sides? Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. This was an interesting topic to discuss, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, so once again, feel free to take full advantage of the comment section down below, and I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and as always, check out the links down below in the description from other forms of social media. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Once again, you guys, my name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.